Starting now with file optimization, right, we're talking here about the basic principles of architecture so that you can use artificial intelligence with excellence. In this lesson, we're specifically talking about modeling and texturing, so we're going to cover everything about blocks, quality textures, general modeling, edges, and everything else that goes into what we need for good modeling in architecture. Just to remind you, guys, I'm not claiming to be an expert on the subject here. It's really important that you look to deepen your knowledge. Nowadays, it's super easy to find all kinds of courses and classes online, including free lessons on YouTube about modeling and whatever program you want to learn: ProMob, SketchUp, ArchiCAD, Revit, 3ds. These days, you can find really high-quality courses and YouTube videos on all of this. All you need is the dedication to learn about the subject, right? Today, if you're an architect, an interior designer, or an engineer, knowing quality 3D modeling is going to help you a lot in your professional life. I think it's one of the fundamentals of architecture nowadays. You can't be a good architect, a good engineer, or a good designer without knowing these modeling principles. They're going to cover everything here, from hand drawing to computer modeling, using the software we have available today. And this is going to advance a lot, especially with the evolution of artificial intelligence. We're going to see major changes in the market, and you can't afford to be left out. But you need to understand these basic principles. This is where we start to cover topics that will help you get great results with artificial intelligence. Of course, there will come a point when all of this will become automatic for you. You'll be able to model with good quality right from the start. You won't need to stop to learn, and that's what's cool about being good at what you do. So, getting straight to the point here, I'm going to show you two projects in SketchUp. Take a look. There's the good room and the bad room. I'll start here by opening up this bad room. This is a project I actually showed in the last class, right? So I made some changes to it here, made it a bit worse than it already was, just to give you this example. I'm going to open up the bad room here, just so we can, talk about this topic. I'll put one next to the other for contrast, just so you can understand the difference, okay? So, what exactly are we changing here? In this bad room, we have these bad textures without continuity, right? Just look at the difference in the textures. We also have bad blocks. Look at this armchair here. We can't even tell what kind of texture it has at its base, right? It's something totally not a complete circle, full of edges. So, that's what we're going to talk about here. Look at this block here, completely white, with lines. This is not a quality block, it's far from it. And if we have trouble interpreting this project, figuring out what kind of block this is, just imagine artificial intelligence. Look at the difference between this bed and this one here. You can clearly see the whole process here. Now look at the lighting. Check out this lighting here compared to this one. Of course, the lighting will depend a lot on your project, but we're here to show you the difference between a good project and a bad one. Look, this piece of furniture is even floating here. Let's stick it to the floor, but this is just to give you an introduction. So let's start by talking about poor file optimization. So, what do we have in this file to begin with? First, the textures. So look, this wood here loses a lot of resolution, so it's not a good texture for you to use in your project, right? Here too, this stone, we can't even tell what kind of stone it is. So ideally, you really want to go for high quality textures. These textures here, they're also available in the SketchUp library. You just need to know how to pick the right texture for your project. But you need to develop that eye. Why? Because just by looking at it, I can already tell that this texture doesn't have good enough quality to be here. And just by looking here, I can tell that this texture, even though it's not the best, already has pretty good quality. Why? Because here, the wood grain is really well defined, so we can clearly see all the wood veins and the differences between the planks. But with this texture here, we can't really tell what it is, right? Honestly, the quality and resolution of this texture are below what we're used to seeing in the market, so that's where we start, right? The same thing applies to this wood here. Now let's talk a bit about the blocks. So, look, let's compare these two beds here, right? And look at the difference, right? There's just no comparison between one bed and the other, right? The level of quality, the level of detail, everything about the blanket on the bed, the pillows. So, this is something you really have to analyze and know where to find good blocks, right? Same thing with this block here. Look, it's missing texturing. It's missing these sharp edges here. If we, who work with 3D, sometimes can't tell what someone put here, imagine an artificial intelligence that's going to interpret the 3D of your project. The same thing applies here to this armchair, right? So here we have a leg that's completely black. This is really bad for artificial intelligence to interpret your project, because pure black doesn't really make sense, right? If you look at the objects around you today, you'll notice that nothing is truly pure black, it's always shades of black. So you need to be careful with that in this process as well. It's the same thing here with this armchair, where we can also tell that its scale is a bit off, right? So this project was really made to be wrong, right? So here, look, I'll show you the whole process, all the images we generated, and what did we do here? We made bad images of this project to show you the difference between a good image and a bad one. Later, we can even adjust the lighting so you can understand how to make these adjustments in your own project. And of course, I'm showing this in SketchUp, but these principles are the same, no matter which program you use. So let's get to it. Lighting here, lighting 2. Take a look at this lighting model here. What do we notice here? A dark project, a project that, when we put it into artificial intelligence, the AI will also interpret it as a dark project. You can't just throw it into artificial intelligence and expect it to create great lighting in your project if you haven't already brought in good lighting yourself. So, here, camera. Another thing we're going to talk a lot about here is the camera positioning in your project. So look at this angle I used in the project. It's not a good angle, right? It's not an angle you'd see in a photograph, a quality photo, a studio photo. So, usually, we use lower angles in the project. Here, we call this, a security camera angle. A lot of people want to show everything in the scene and end up giving it that security camera look. First of all, this actually devalues your project. This throws your project out of proportion, so it's not a good thing. And besides, for artificial intelligence, just like in a regular render, a bad angle ruins your image. That's why we're going to talk here about camera principles, file optimization. Here we have camera 2, right, which is also giving off that same vibe. So look, it's not a good idea to go for angles like this. Both high angles and really low angles just don't look good, especially when we're sending this into artificial intelligence. And here we have an example of a bad camera angle combined with bad lighting. So check this out, bad lighting for the project here, right, a darker kind of lighting. So, artificial intelligence actually interprets the lighting you've already set up in your project. If you don't put good lighting in your 3D, that lighting won't carry over into withdrawal when you go to generate your images. So look, yeah, this lighting here is bad, but this one is way worse. Alright, let's go. Guys, how do we optimize this here? In a bit, I'll talk a little more about blocks with you guys. But how do we optimize this project here? First, check out what I'm going to do. We're going to start by changing the blocks. So, look, I have several block models here that I've already saved, and as you can see, right, I wanted to bring in the look of the armchair, which is what we have here. But, as you can see, all these chairs here, these armchairs, are bad. So there's no point in wanting to have a good project if you use bad blocks. So look, what is this? What is this chair here? These are all blocks that I downloaded from 3D Rows. Look, right, you can't really interpret this project well here. You can't understand what this chair is. If you can't tell what color is here, for example, on this little leg, look, if I zoom in, I can see it, but from far away I can't. If you can't understand what's here, imagine artificial intelligence. So, artificial intelligence is going to read what's here. If your leg is all black, it's also going to make your project all black, right? It's the same thing here for this project. Same thing for this chair here. When we zoom out, look, it starts losing its color. The edges get darker. So, I'm going to show you, inside 3D Rows, how you can find good blocks in there. All of this applies to whatever libraries you have. Anyway, we're going to show here as well some interesting websites where you can get good blocks. And this here is principle number 1, your 3D modeling. So, look, let's do a comparison here. Later, we'll do other optimizations, right? Like the Lee lighting optimization. But right now, our focus here is really on 3D modeling. So, look, when we have a good bed here, right, just look at the modeling of this bed, it's much more interesting than this one. A good armchair. Actually, we don't have an armchair here, but we do have a really interesting piece of furniture to work with in this project. It brings a certain softness to the project overall, and it really depends on what you're aiming for. If you want to add an armchair like this, you can, as long as it's a quality armchair. The same goes for texturing. But now let's move on to the blocks part. I've opened up 3D Rows here, and let's start looking for our blocks. I'm going to type bed here, nice and simple. I'll click on models here, and here, guys, is the first principle, right? You come here and sort by popularity, and here, look, you can use this arrow, right? You can go from bottom to top or top to bottom, and here you can already find several quality blocks. Check out this bed here, and this other one. Anyway, we have a lot of quality blocks within SketchUp's own library. So you don't have to try too hard to find good blocks to add to your project. Look, just like that, I already found several blocks for us to work with, for us to bring into our project, right? My idea here isn't to model the whole project from start to finish for you, but just to show you the principles. So look, see the difference between this bed here and this other bed here. So it's much easier for you to put a good bed in your project than to have a low quality block here in your project, and this really gets in the way of the AI's interpretation. Look, the 3D block has already loaded here for us to insert into our project, and check out the quality of this block. A simple block, but with good textures. It already has some nightstands on the side. It already has, you know, the headboard. Everything just right, just put it in your project. And in fact, this really helps add value to your project, right? Better texturing, quality blocks. This already brings quality aspects into your project. I'll even close this here. Same thing for this other block here. So we already have more sharpness in this bed too. And here, it's not loading? Oh, it loaded. Check it out. Same modeling principles here, right? So, it's actually a really well optimized, lightweight block. You can see that it has good quality. This is right inside 3D Rows itself. You know, you can already find good blocks here in 3D Rows. The same thing applies here for armchairs. So, look, I typed in armchair here. We can find some here too, of course. There are several bad blocks, like this one, for example, or this one, right? You really have to know how to find a block that balances good texturing. Look at this ugly block that balances good texturing with good modeling. So, let's see if we can find some better blocks. Look, it's already getting harder, but anyway, it's a modeling principle actually. I just found one. You can change the term. You can type it in English and search. Spend time on this modeling part, guys. Invest time in good blocks, in good textures, and in optimizing your file well. Look, this is already looking pretty interesting. And like I said, this is a principle of architecture. It's a principle of 3D modeling. I'm not telling you anything extraordinary, right? Nothing you wouldn't learn in a basic SketchUp course, or a basic ProMob, Revit, or ArchiCAD course. Modeling itself is very important from the beginning to the end of your project. And now, talking about other sites where you can find quality blocks, right? I typed here, look, blocks for SketchUp. You can type blocks for Revit, for example, and you'll find several places to get quality blocks. Anyway, I don't know much about Revit, but make sure that if you do good research and talk to professionals in the field, you'll be able to find good references for the program you use. And here we have several sites that I opened, like Macquateria 3D, which offers great 3D blocks. We also have Projetando here, which works with blocks for Lumion, SketchUp, and Inkscape, so you'll also find quality blocks there. So, ideally, you should find a good library with quality blocks and bring them into your project. Here we have Kazoka, which is actually a free site for you to download your blocks. It has blocks from famous brands, textures, and so on. It's a great site as well. We also have Armazem 3D, another great site with blocks from famous brands. Arcabox is a site I just found while searching, and it also has quality blocks. So it's really worth checking out everything they have here. Take a look. What's cool is that these blocks here are ones that actually exist in real life, so you can specify these blocks in your project. Collection is also a great reference site for you to download good blocks and quality textures. Anyway, the important thing is to have a complete set of materials at your disposal. The important thing is to understand the difference between a good block, a good texture, and a bad block, and to apply that knowledge to your projects. Looking at this project here, what would I change? I'm even going to pull it from the other file here so I don't have to do extra work, right? Check out what we can do here. We come here, copy this bed, of course, in your case, you'll download a good bed, paste it here, and I'll delete this little foot of our project, then position it in a nice spot. I'm going to come over here to this armchair, delete it too, then head outside and delete these other bad blocks, and I'm also going to bring in this block here. I could search online for another block. Anyway, we're already improving our file here. The other blocks aren't that bad, right? This little block here is really cool, really cute, right? Nicely modeled, check it out. I don't need to change them, this one too. Everything's really well done, right? What we actually changed in this project was the armchair, right? And the bed here to bring in this modeling aspect, okay? So look for good blocks, look for good models for your project, and then you'll really start to understand these modeling principles. We're going to continue in the next lessons talking about the other principles of 3D modeling. Let me see which one we're missing here. Now we're going to talk about camera, angles, and apertures. So that's going to be our next topic, right? And then we'll move on to the lighting part. But anyway, guys, invest in good textures for your projects. We ended up talking little about textures here, but even SketchUp has good textures for your project. I'm going to pull up this texture here so we can have the same project. I'll use this as a reference. Look, with just a few clicks you can already bring in good textures for your projects, right guys? Of course, I grabbed this one ready-made from the internet, but you can also use SketchUp itself to get some good textures, or even more textures from the internet. So let's look for some here. Look, again here in the 3D warehouse, you can find good textures. Check it out, with textures for you to download, NDF, and even on the Projectando website, you'll also be able to find good textures to download. So, invest time in quality textures, invest time in quality materials to use in your projects, because this is really going to make a huge difference in your final modeling. And look, here we just changed a few things, and we're about to go through some other aspects, and you'll see how this project will gradually start to improve in its final quality, especially when we get to the 3D lighting part. It's really important that you follow along with the process we're going through in this project.